Hey guys, it's Miles. Today I'm here with a Photoshop tutorial showing you how to create an effect called Multiplicity. This effect basically takes the same person and puts them in a photo multiple times. The setup required to get the photos necessary is pretty simple. Basically all you need is a camera with a timer on a tripod. I used remote shutter on my camera instead to make things easier and save time, but if you don't have one, a timer works just as well. First, you want to find the scene that you're going to use. I used my living room. You set up your camera on a tripod and just make sure it does not move for the entirety of the process. Otherwise, some of your photos won't line up and everything will look weird. It won't work. And you should probably also take at least one picture of the scene without you in it. And then take various pictures of yourself around in different positions in the scene. And once you're satisfied, just take them from your camera and bring them into Photoshop, which I'm going to do now. So I've got my photos, and I've made my first version of the Multiplicity. And now I'll go through and make this again, show you how to do it. So first we got to bring in our images. We'll just do one at a time, because if we try and highlight and drag them all into Photoshop at once, it'll open them all separately. We don't want that. So now I've got one, and I'll just drag the others on top of it. Now that we've got these in here, we want to get these three, the ones above the background, and then give each one a layer mask. And then for each one, use the paint bucket. Make sure the layer mask is selected, not the layer itself, and give each one a total black mask. This effectively makes these three photos invisible. And now, for each one, we'll go through and use our brush set to white instead, and we can use this to slowly mask in the areas of each photo that we want. It's a good idea to have your brush set to a relatively reasonable hardness. If it's too high, you'll get these hard edges like this. You want it soft, so it's easier to blend these edges and make the whole scene look more realistic. And here you can see I accidentally left my remote in the shot, and we can just mask that out. And so you go and do this to each photo. Some of them you ought to be a little careful because they'll overlap and mask each other out. This is actually a spot where we'd want to turn up the hardness on our brush, so we can get a hard edge. But maybe not that hard. I have decided to instead reorder these, and instead I'll mask these parts out of this photo. I think that'll be a little easier. Whoops. I didn't have the layer mask selected, so I was just drawing black instead of manipulating the mask. Okay, so now we've got all the major masking done. And now we just got to go through and find any seams and whatnot that make this look weird. If you look over here, we got some weird lighting unevenness on this curtain, which we can take care of pretty easily. And we might as well do all the curtains. I think it'll look better if they're this brighter version. Now, bigger brush means more gradual transitions between shades. It looks more realistic. Actually, I don't want that. I want the shadow there, so it looks right. And there we are. The shadow from the armchair as well. Bring that in. And I think that about does it. And here we have a completed Multiplicity Photoshop project. Thank you all for watching. I hope this was helpful. See you all next time.